It's the time to get down.
But you always have your captain. They assign captains on the team, and they have two captains, but who's on and off the floor? Who's the Jordan-esque? Who's Kobe's a leader. No matter what you can hate on him about him, he's vicious. He leads. So you got LeBron retweeted yesterday. Dick Vitale. Dick Vitale said, "Hey, play your own game. Don't worry about the other players."
Right.
So why did LeBron James retweet that to send out a message to everybody? What is he saying by retweeting it? What do you think?
I think it's all about image and egos, and that's all. And we're just nowadays, people play more of this stuff out in the public.
And these guys are younger. Yeah. You got to think emotionally, they have a lot of money and they're business people, but emotionally, development wise, they're still.
That's right.
How old are they again?
Yeah, we're talking about mid-20s. D-Wade's, upper 20s.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we confuse them with like Magic, and that's all I know because I'm not into sports like that. But you know what I mean? Like Worthy back in the day, these guys were a lot older, a lot more mature, right? They have money too, but these guys have multi-millions, but they're babies kind of.
I agree. Now,
they're growing before our eyes.
I agree.
Literally.
And do you think LeBron plays better on the floor as he did in the Cleveland Cavalier days, or now trying to be so serious? Because he has totally changed his image as he plays on the floor.
I don't know the dynamics, but I think a lot of it has to do with people who coach on the floor and who can be coached.
Right.
And whether or not he's following those agendas.
Well, it's
and I think that has a lot to do with it.
I need to see him shirtless first to make a really accurate decision. I need to see him without his shirt, maybe a shorter shorts.
You know what? Hey, something you guys probably didn't know.
We probably can find that.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? There's something. How would you feel if your road dogs, all of them, were not allowed to roll with you the way they were in Cleveland? That has been taken away from LeBron James.
What do you mean, road dogs?
He had road dogs. His people, his whole entourage, they're not allowed. All of that has been stripped away.
Why is that?
Because it's the new coach's rule. Now, do you feel that that'll make you a better player, a team player? Or do you feel like now you're being restricted because you've been allowed to have the floor as the king? Now you're in a different land, and they're treating you as just
the prince.
I just think there's always other stories. It just depends on which ones we're being made privy to.
Right.
I mean, that may be one of the dynamics, but I'm sure there are others.
Yeah. If that wasn't the case, though, I would think that the coach, what's his name again?
Eric Spoelstra.
Spoelstra. But it's probably once again trying to say, hey, let's focus less on the celebrity thing of sports.
Right.
Let's focus more on the team orientation.
I agree.
Let's focus more on the game and the sports itself. All the entourage is great for TMZ.
Right.
But when we're here and you're in Miami, you're playing ball. You're not being famous. You're not the king.
Right. All right. Okay.
And we're assuming that that's part of the dynamic. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't. We should ask them. Can we tweet them?
I think the tweet by LeBron. I think the tweet by LeBron says a whole lot. He retweeted, "Play your game." The coach, Dick Vitale says, "You play your game. Don't worry about everybody else." Is LeBron James playing his game? Do you see him right now in Miami? He playing the way he usually do?
It's no different than the issue he had in the playoffs when he was at. That was the team he led with Cleveland into the playoffs.
True.
That reflected him and didn't perform poorly.
Right.
From that point on, it's still this issue of him rising to the occasion.
True.
And so it is again.
But how about environmental factors, though? I know as an actor, sometimes I do things to prepare for a role. Like I need to maybe go run around the block, and people will tell you, different actors will talk about things they do. They go box and they hike. They just get in the zone. Maybe part of what made him so happy to be on the court was that whole outside social factor that got him hyped. That his entourage being there, and he could look to the certain side and see that. Now maybe being in Miami,
right,
he's almost like he's new again.
Then all he has to do is make sure they're comfortable at the house. They just can't come to the practice. But Miami and Cleveland are different, even though neither one are real cultural hubs, I might add.
Miami's very cultural.
If you're in South Beach.
Yeah. Well, what else is there to Miami besides South Beach?
Liberty City.
Carroll City,
Liberty City.
We don't go there.
Oh,
that's a little too far north for me.
Are you guys hating on Miami?
I'm just saying Miami is one of those cities where
I don't go past 17th
Street. The people who are the haves and everybody else ain't got shit.
Star Island.
They still got gold teeth back there.
I don't mind gold teeth as long as you floss.
Playboy bunnies in them and stuff.
Is this an endorsement for Miami?
I'm just saying Miami. I'm just saying go there.
It's
really not sophisticated outside of that small South Beach area where all the money is. It's really a city. It's a little rough.
Unless you go up north, like Boca Raton.
You better watch out in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
Get jacked.
I was there for a year. I learned a lot about Miami.
Oh, yeah,
and myself. Yeah, I was there for a year. And it was great.
Huh? So you liked it then?
I loved
But
it.
you probably were hanging out for a different crowd.
I was.
You were not in Liberty City.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, because I'm not a good fighter. So you gotta always have a contract under your belt. So I was in Perrine. I'm not a fighter, so I was in Perrine. Where y'all at? I was in Carroll City.
Right.
Okay.
And I wasn't too much in Liberty City, but I know
some
about
rough
it.
black folks down.
Oh, very rough.
See, they don't realize there's some.
Very rough.
You think you're in another country sometimes.
Haiti
Like,
sometimes.
yeah, where the hell? And little Haiti, that's right.
Yeah, my roommates were Haitian.
See, okay, well, you know.
Stop, I say.
Oh, you guys, you know what? Is
That's
that
it.
Are you guys endorsing Miami?
I am.
I feel a split between Mario and you.
It's money in Miami.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, people like it.
Look,
Okay.
you can follow me on Twitter if you got money in Miami.
You know, like some cities you can't wait to get back to.
All right.
And that's not one of them for me.
Okay. I feel
In
you.
fact, I hate to put down Florida.
You don't enjoy Miami?
It's all right. It's just like, you know, there's certain cities,
What?
to me, I just haven't. You've been there. It's not that, okay, it's just a matter of which ones you can't wait to get back to. That's all I say.
Really?
Like Boston.
Now, wait a minute now.
Okay, I ain't dying to get back to Boston. It
This
might be a
motherfucker
while.
done cheated on me twice in one day.
Oh, he hit your city?
I started my college education in Boston,
Oh, so
in
you
Newton
see,
Center.
Jesse, forgive me.
I tried to tell
You know,
you, man.
Boston a little rough, too.
I almost wore my hat today, too. Oh, Boston's great, but I was in Newton Center.
They was
So
some
once again, I was different.
White
Okay.
folks is rough up in Boston.
They are. Roxbury,
I thought I was
Mattapan.
going to have to fight on the street. Very stratified. To me, I thought it was, I'd rather be down south.
I do good with the
I
rough
said
folks,
Boston
though.
was more racist than any southern city I ever been in.
You think so?
But that was around the time when they were having the bus and they were throwing the rocks at the little black
Okay,
kids in
what
the bus.
century was this?
This is well,
Did it start with an 18 or a 19?
it did 19.
Who? It started with a 19?
No, it is.
It's decades.
We're talking about. Yeah, we are talking about it in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I thought you meant 1800.
Like I tell you, some cities you don't go.
Were there buses and trains
You
then?
don't go back. I mean, in other words, some cities you can visit and that'll last you 15 years.
And where do you love the most, obviously? Where-
Like I haven't been back. Okay, how about Newark, New Jersey?
Not really. I don't know about
See,
that.
I know Newark, but see, I ain't dying to get back to Newark.
How about L.A.? You want to stay in L.A.?
LA, one of the best in the world. That's the problem. Okay, let me give you this, Jesse.
Give.
When you try, it's the combination of the weather, first of all.
Okay.
'Cause some of the cities that you like, that damn weather. In New York, them summers. Okay, first of all, the East Coast, LA, that summer and that winter, you just got to be a different spirit to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Because once you come to LA, it's hard to go back to that East Coast summer.
That white Christmas.
Oh man, no, because even with the snow, you like it for about 3 days, right? It's beautiful for about
True.
3 days.
True.
So you got to run some errands in the snow.
Hop on a train in
By the
snow.
way, this was see. Back to sports.
I know.
Here
You're
we go
supposed to
again.
bring. You're supposed to
Look,
rein
No,
us
no,
in.
no, no,
He
no.
never
no.
does that.
I
He's supposed
don't
to rein
rein
us
you
in.
in.
It's not our fault.
It's not. You guys
He's
get
supposed to
caught
rein
up.
us in.
That you guys are leading the charge. I'm just the bus.
I was reflecting on badass Boston.
I know you was
Different
hate.
now. They got Shaquille O'Neal happy on the street.
You-
It must be different. I'm still scared.
He's in happy time right now.
Oh, but I got some gossip about Boston. Speaking of Boston, so this club in Boston, the Harvard and Yale graduate program had a graduation ceremony. So they had an after party at one of these clubs in Boston. Do you know the club in Boston shut down, thinking that the black folks that were there were gang members?
Well,
Turned out that they were actually the Harvard and Yale graduates.
I heard about that. I
Yeah.
heard
Wow.
about that. They got pissed.
And so now Boston police and they don't want to comment. They say they do an investigation, but
Remember
there's
Boston, that's where the people, if you can get jacked and just claim a black guy killed his wife and just claim, a black guy did it. All the cops took off running that way.
took off running to Roxbury.
It's a black guy, you know, what do he look like? He's
Black.
big and black. Oh, we know where he is. They took off all running.
We saw him earlier. We just saw him.
You know, and that night, like 300 black people just got arrested on the street.
Even some black cops got arrested, right? Even some cops got arrested that were
I'm
black.
telling you,
right.
that's right. I'm just
True.
saying there are cities that you don't want to visit again, and
True,
some
true,
you
true,
do.
true.
Nice.
That's why I ask people, which ones do you like, even overseas? Which ones did you like, and which ones did you like? You know, some people don't like them.
Right. Trying to look swole on camera.
You trying to look swole. Well, I got one for you guys because I can't wait to hear you chime in on this one because we go to golf and we don't talk golf over here too
Yeah,
much.
I don't
you know
talk
what?
golf at all.
Golf, not much. But have you heard of Lana Lawless so far?
No.
Mario, can you do a
Lana
roll up?
Lawless.
Lana Lawless. All I can tell you is
What's wrong with her?
check her out. I want you to check her out just slowly. All right. Now, LPGA violates civil rights.
Big
Why?
ass clubs, ain't they?
Damn. Wait a minute, man. Let me say it.
Okay, I don't know. They look kind of big.
Let me give you the follow-up so you guys can chime in on this one,
let me
man.
chime.
You guys are wrong. Okay, check it out. Lana Lawless, a former police officer who underwent gender reassignment surgery in 2005,
right.
is challenging the LPGA.
I was going to tell you someone right.
See, I told you. See, I knew you guys were going to chime in
Why
before
you
I finish
somebody's
it.
picture
Because,
with their
man,
face crooked?
wait a minute, dude. Check
This
this
ain't
out.
hot picks.
This is about you guys having a very strong voice and something that's impotent. Okay? Now,
I know about that part.
wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a
She
minute.
should wear a scarf.
Come on, y'all. Give a see. You guys are
got
already
some
chiming
big
in.
titties.
I see turtlenecks in your future.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm kidding. And she got a cross on. I love it.
See, this is
God is
cold.
good.
See, you guys. See,
showed you
when they say a
earlier,
picture's worth
though.
1,000 words. You guys have 2,000 words.
Well, was she a man first or woman first? That's the question.
Well, here's a good point. She was a man first.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, and okay, you know what? Here's a question. I can't wait to hear you guys chime in on this.
Say it.
She's trying to actually have the LPGA change the rules about allowing her to golf with the women.
Lesbian Pro Golfers
But
Association.
is there a penis or is there a vagina there?
See, wait a minute. See, wait a minute. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the end as soon as I
Sometimes
give
they
you
run
the
out
other.
of money.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See, because I already know where you guys are going. Bottom line is, before I answer that question, Jess, I want you to tell me, should she, since he went to she, and she's a former police officer, should she be allowed to play with the men or the women when you have a transgender operation?
What does she have now? Did she have post-op or pre-op? I'm saying, does she have a coochie or a dick?
They didn't give me all those details.
That's
They can't
main,
really make you a dick.
huh?
They can't really make you
No, that's the whole question. If you got a cooch, you need to play with the coochies.
So I wonder if she has
You
a
got a
cooch.
dick, you got to play with the dick.
But wait a minute. Okay.
Chicks with sticks,
That
literally.
makes checking
Wait.
really complicated.
She can make her own team called Chicks with Sticks. That's cute for golf. I like that. That's be
There you
chick
go.
with the chick with stick tour.
Okay, so what you're saying is
Catchy.
this. So what about the women here? Do you think it's unfair because her muscularity is an advantage because she's coming from a male?
Well, no, because she should be taking estrogen shots and she should be doing hormonal treatment, so that she should be losing that muscle and getting softer.
You should compete with
You know, I
whatever
have
group
biology.
you started in.
Right.
But
Huh?
here's the thing. Here's the
should
thing.
be.
Now, here's the thing that's interesting. What about those people who are born with ambiguous?
I knew you was going to go there with this.
You where they're
No, you mean ambidextrous? Such an idiot.
that's different.
Is it different?
It is ambiguous.
I thought ambiguous was like B. Scott, like they wear a wig with their boy.
No, ambiguous.
Huh? Hold on, Antoine's trying to talk. What did he say? Ambidextrous is what?
You can use both your hands, like
I use both my hands all the time.
Ambidextrous means.
I use both my hands all the
That's
time.
different than ambiguous.
It's like a double stroke. That's what I do.
Well, that's what he. So
I want to know this.
This
Can
was
you
a-
write in Linda Lawless and tell us, do you have a penis or a vagina? And if you have a vagina, I will go ahead and endorse that you should play with the women because you have a vagina now. If you have a penis, you should play with the
but
men.
then they should also be subject to the same rules regarding steroids.
That's right.
And everything
Yeah.
else.
See,
That's what's going to happen.
I was trying to go there.
They're going to throw them out by saying she had testosterone.
That's right.
You know, the estrogen therapy is arguably something that could get you thrown out.
Right.
That's the hardest thing when being a alternative lifestyle, or more, I say I'm creative with
Right.
my sexuality.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's so many rules are changing now, and I sometimes it's hard for me to decide if I should go with it or not go with it because I wonder.
There's all the rules because they never were. Some of the things were based on mistruths. The reality is, certain people are born with genitalia where the genitalia doesn't match the baby. Like they're born and they have what looks like a huge clitoris.
Wow.
And then you can feel a testicle in each labia.
Oh shit.
And you don't know whether it's a male or female until they run tests. And then sometimes the tests don't always.
She got a
go
fat lip?
along. Yeah.
A fat lip.
So I said, I didn't know. All
You got a
this.
fat lip.
So that's actually true. And then they used to make them all into women because they could.
Right.
And now you have a bunch of them that are grown up and saying, "You just jacked me all up."
Because now I want to be a man.
Well, they say I always was. And you took my stuff and made it into
A cooch.
Yeah. Then they think by taking somebody's genitalia and altering that,
It's gonna change their
They're gonna
orientation.
change-